Okay guys, it is time for another weekly rotation, and today I have 8 2021 designer releases that I wore all last week. So it's going to be 8 instead of 7 this week. Welcome to the Fragrance Wardrobe. Alright guys, before we begin, I do want to remind you, if you end up liking this video, please do like the video. Also, comment down below, what are some of your favorite 2021 releases so far this year? Also, hit the red subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and we can start. Alright, first up, last Sunday, I wore the new one from Prada. It's Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, right here. So Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, it's going to have, I guess for me, the main notes I pick up are going to be bergamot, lavender, and sage. It's a blue style of scent. Not quite like Carbon was, like in that Sauvage vein or whatever, but a little bit. The sage kind of gives it a little bit of an Invictus feel to me. The bergamot, the lavender, they play pretty well in here. Pretty nice scent, very mass appealing. It doesn't smell like Invictus, but the sage, you know, kind of, I mean, it's in both, so you know, you kind of draw those parallels. But the lavender is really nice in this one. There's a lot of lavender, so you have to like that to like this. I was thinking it might be a little bit more of a aquatic or ocean type of scent, maybe like a saltwater aquatic. It's not for me. The main thing I'm getting, a little bit of that bergamot and the sage and the lavender mixing, and it does smell pretty good. Yeah, not a bad release from Prada in the Luna Rosa line. Not going to be anything like you have to jump out and get or anything like that, but it's not a bad release. Okay, Monday I went with Burberry Hero, the new release from Burberry. Smells pretty good. You have the magnetic cap with this one, as you saw on the first impressions video, if you did watch that. This one, yeah, it's pretty good. So with this one, I get it opening up with a little bit of bergamot, a little bit of juniper. I pick up the juniper early on in the fragrance. It kind of dies off though, and it's really not detectable once you get out of the opening of the fragrance. Then you have like 3 different types of cedar in here, so lots of cedar going on. There's a little bit of black pepper, giving it just a touch of a spice. Not a whole lot, just a little bit of spice, but really the main thing that this one is all about is going to be that cedar, that dry woods type of scent, mixed in with the bergamot, and I guess the juniper is probably playing in the dry down as well, but it's just not as noticeable as the cedar. Very cedar dominant, really nice scent, very versatile. You can wear this all 4 seasons, and I think it would dress up pretty nicely as well. Performance on it, not bad, about 6 hours of performance, which is pretty typical from most of the Burberry fragrances that I have experience with. All right, Tuesday, I ended up wearing 2 fragrances. So I start my day early, and Tuesday night, I work like 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. So starting my day early, I went with a daytime scent and then something else for work. So for my daytime scent, I did go with probably one of my most lackluster releases of 2021. First time I actually wore it, because I just haven't been excited about it at all. It's from Mont Blanc, and it is Explorer Ultra Blue right here. I did see some of the bigger reviewers talk about this fragrance a little bit. Didn't make me jump out and get it. Now, I was planning on getting it because I do kind of collect Mont Blanc stuff as some of my cheapy stuff I like to collect. But when I got it, I was pretty disappointed. I have to be honest, pretty disappointed. And actually, I think that the bigger reviewers I saw that got this, like either right as it dropped in the United States or a little bit before, you probably know some of the reviewers I'm talking about, I think they talked this up more than it should have been talked up. They didn't like come out and say this thing's like amazing or anything like that. They said it was very lackluster, very boring, all of that. But I think that was kind of being generous to the fragrance. For me, I just don't dig it at all. This one, all about dried fruits and watery notes. There's some other stuff in here, sure, but from opening to the dry down, the ending of this thing, I get a ton of dried fruits. The dried fruits just come off uber synthetic. Like, of course, these are all designer scents, so you're going to have those levels of synthetic, scents within each of them. But this one, the dried fruits are just off-putting to me. Don't enjoy it very much. The watery notes, it's not a salt watery note. It's just kind of your basic watery note mixing in with that dried fruit. Doesn't smell good. To me, the dried fruits come across as like a bunch of spoiled fruits. I actually had somebody comment on my community tab scent of the day post, and they said this thing smelled like stale food to them. Yeah, I can get that. So Mont Blanc Explorer Ultra Blue, took it for a test run so I can eventually get a full review out of it, and I don't recommend. But if you did want to get it, I wouldn't pay more than like 35 bucks, like cheapy territory. Just wait for the price to drop. In fact, I bet it gets discontinued in the next year or so because it is not that good at all. All right, this next fragrance is what is, I guess, my favorite of the Paco Rabanne releases for this year. So you know I'm not talking about Phantom. If you've been watching the channel, wasn't like really impressed with Phantom. This one is going to be Invictus Victory. So Paco Rabanne, Invictus Victory, the little trophy. I like this one more than Phantom. They're both vanilla and lavender scents, but where Phantom uses like in my opinion, a spoiled apple note in the opening, yes, it comes across to me as like a spoiled Capri Sun that one of my children left in the car in the summertime for a week. That's what that the apple note to me smells like in Phantom. This one uses lemon in the opening. Yes, you still have the lavender and the vanilla. I think you throw in some tonka bean with this one as well. It smells a lot more pleasant to me. The lavender is pretty relaxing, very well done. Gives everything a nice aromatic feel to it. The vanilla is well done. It is a sweet scent, which you kind of expect from most Paco Rabanne releases. But it's pretty pleasant. I don't get like that whole Club Kid vibe out of it, I guess. Sure, it's sweet and everything, but not like that Club Kid sweet like Phantom is like kind of doing a little bit. Not into Phantom. Victory though, I do enjoy. Okay, Wednesday. This one might be one of my more I guess a little bit more of the original or unique side of the 2021 designer releases, in my opinion, at least the ones I have acquired. This one's going to be from Valentino, and it is Born in Roma Yellow Dream. This one, I can't remember what the big channel said about this one. I do remember that everybody said it has an unfortunate name, and I do concur with that. Yellow Dream sounds like, I don't know, one of those dreams that kids have when they're like sleeping and they wet the bed, but they're dreaming that they got up and went to the bathroom, you know, but they're actually pissing the bed. And that's what Yellow Dream makes me think of. So the name Valentino put on this makes me think of pissing the bed. So poor choice in naming, in my opinion. Maybe you guys like the name. I don't really like the name, but the scent is pretty good. So I do love these bottles, the Valentino Oumo bottles. I enjoy them. They put a cap on this one, but yeah, the name, not digging the name very much. The scent, pretty good. It's very unique. I think there's a pineapple, also maybe a lemon or something, or I think it's a lemon and a pineapple in the opening. You have a vanilla absolute in the heart, and you have a gingerbread note or a gingerbread accord in the base. So this one opens and dries down. I don't know. That's a little bit more of an original scent. Not going to be for everybody. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are just going to hate this fragrance, but for me, I feel like Valentino did something a little bit more original, because Born in Roma, that was straight up Invictus on a refined, kind of plain feel of refined Invictus. This one, while you still pick up some of those Invictus vibes within the fragrance, you get like this weird mix of, I think it's mandarin and pineapple. And then the vanilla kicks in and the gingerbread accord. It's an interesting scent. Really nice for the fall, I think. Really, I think you could probably wear this one year round because it's not too heavy of a vanilla or anything like that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting and I kind of dig it. I definitely try it before you buy it. I wouldn't go out and say, oh, you see this video and I say I like it. I think it's I think it's one of the more original scents for the year, and then just blind buy it and then not like it. So definitely try it. These are like in all the department stores. You can go spray it and try it before you buy it. But yeah, I kind of dig it. I like what Valentino does with the Oumo line, and I like what they did with this scent, just not the name. Okay, for Thursday, I wore what many are considering the designer release, like the best designer release of 2021. Yes, it's coming from Dior. It's my favorite Sauvage. It's Sauvage Elixir. Some people say this one is like redundant to own if you own the other ones. I don't think so at all. This one opens up with so much more spice in the opening. So it's going to open up with like cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom. You're going to have lavender in the heart. Yes, like in the opening, I don't pick up that Sauvage DNA really at all. It's all about those spices and it smells really good. Those spices are done very nicely. As it dries down and you're starting to get the lavender coming up, the ambroxan, that's where you kind of draw those traces to the original Sauvage DNA. And this one also has a licorice note in the base, giving this thing like a nice warm, smooth undertone in the dry down. So you have those spices, you have a little bit of like that Sauvage, lavender, ambroxan, not heavy ambroxan, not like the other ones are, just subtle ambroxan with lavender, where you could pick up that Sauvage DNA trace or whatever, and then a nice warm, smooth licorice undertone. And yeah, I think Dior did a bang up job with this one. I think it's worthy of the hype that it's getting. Personally, I don't think it's like too close or similar to any of the other Sauvages at all. This one definitely, while it has traces of Sauvage, it goes off and kind of does its own thing. Price tag's much more expensive on this one, but I think the scent is much more refined. You draw off that metallic note, you draw off that ambroxan shower gel balm, and you're getting like a nice refined version of Sauvage. Smells great, great for the fall and the winter. All right, next up is a release from the house of Azzaro, and it's my favorite Wanted in the Wanted line. This is the most wanted. You had that revolver style shaped bottle, and with this one, great for the fall. And this one I think is so much more versatile than Wanted by Night. So a lot of people are still saying their favorite is Wanted by Night. A lot of people are saying that, and then this is like a close second. For me, this one takes the #1 spot, with Wanted by Night coming in second, because of how much more versatile this is. Still has, and this one has a little bit of a gourmand element to it as well because of the toffee note. So you have cardamom, toffee, amberwood with this, and it comes across, it's kind of warm. You got that sweetness going on. It's smooth, but it's not so much so that it like boxes itself into like an evening type of fragrance or strictly cold weather. I think this thing goes from anything from like warm to freezing type of temperatures, warm as in like low 80s, something like that, and can also be worn out on the town in the evening, that type of thing. Smells great. The toffee note is in the opening all the way through the dry down and gives it a nice, really a little bit of a gourmand element to it. And this does perform pretty well. So every bit about 7 hours for me on my skin. And yeah, my favorite Wanted in the line, Azzaro, the most wanted. When I did my full review of this months ago, I know a lot of people did comment and they said, like non-reviewers, they said this is their favorite Wanted, or they think this is the best Wanted in the line. So among the people, you know, the people have spoken, I think, and yeah, the most wanted is the best wanted. All right, yesterday on Saturday, this, when I saw it, I had to have it, and I got it not too long ago, I don't think either. It's going to be from Givenchy, great house with a great line, the Gentleman line. This one is the Eau de Toilette Intense right here. Bottle is a little bit like a black to a gradient blue down below. Can't really pick it up too well on the camera, but that's what it looks like in person. This one, you get the iris, just like in the other gentleman fragrances. You have that iris that does play into the scent. No different right here, but they changed up the iris and they threw in a blue iris, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot more. The blue iris it's pretty good. It's really good. If you like iris, you like iris fragrances, try a blue iris. Get your nose on Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense if you haven't tried a blue iris. So in the opening of this one, you're going to have bergamot, you're going to have basil. The basil gives a nice touch of a herbal quality, a little bit of a green facet into this fragrance, and then you're going to have that blue iris. And I think with the blue iris mixing in with that basil, it's giving you a really interesting iris type of scent. The iris in here is pretty dominant and it's waxy, so if you're not into that type of iris, might not be for you, but it does have a nice cedar wood base, giving it a little bit of a woods facet as well, so kind of mixes it all up a little bit. And all in all, it's a pretty good scent. If you haven't tried this one, definitely go try it out. Don't blind buy it. I definitely don't recommend blind buying anything I review. If you can try it, go try it, and you should be able to try this one. Definitely very nice if you like iris type of fragrances. And the blue iris for me is a definite winner. Really like this one quite a bit. Really dig the entire Gentleman line, to be honest. All right, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. Please do comment down below. What are some of your favorite 2021 releases up to this point? Be interested to know what you guys are digging this year. Also, give the video a like if you liked the video. Hit the red subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. I'll catch you guys for the next video. Again, thank you for watching.